Now, here in Israel, a country that has seen dozens of wars since its inception less than a century ago, nearly everybody is a military veteran, and with thousands suffering from mental and physical disabilities due to their service. An estimated 4,000 ex-soldiers in Israel suffer from PTSD alone. Now, many of those cases, many of PTSD soldiers in Israel are not going recorded and are not treated. This week especially, that week that ends in Israel with Memorial Day and Independence Day, we're going to take a look at an innovative method to help veterans overcome their challenges. Let's go live to the Tel Aviv Marina, where I24 News correspondent Jordana Miller is standing by. Jordana, good morning to you.
Good morning, Yael. I'm here in the Tel Aviv Marina. It's a beautiful morning. And I'm standing on a boat that's owned by an organization called Etgarim, which in Hebrew means challenges. And this is a group that works with all kinds of veterans. But today there's activities on a boat. They sail, and it's special activities to deal with people with PTSD. And I'm actually joined by Yoav Ben David, who actually was the founder of this group. Yoav, tell me a little bit about which war you participated in.
I was a prisoner of war in Yom Kippur War, and I was in prison for 8 months until we came back and ended the war.
You were in prison in Syria, correct?
Of course, in Maza prison in Damascus.
And I know this is in the 70s, PTSD was not really, many people didn't even know that it existed. When did you become aware that you were suffering from PTSD?
Well, a lot of years afterwards, like in 1994, Professor Zava Solomon made research of the POWs, and she found out that 70% of them are suffering from PTSD. Then it took 3 years until I got the research itself, and first time in my life I saw this word, and suddenly I understood that what I had all those years, what I carried with me, I didn't bring it from home. It's a disability which has a name, and if it has a name, probably it has something to do to make it better.
And how did that bring you to sailing?
More or less by chance, because in those years they founded Etgarim, and there was a cousin of us that was also a veteran, but physically. And he came and he was in Etgarim, and he told me, hey, you have to come to sail, it's very good and fun.
And what do you find that's therapeutic about sailing for people suffering from PTSD?
Well, sailing as itself, it's therapeutic for everybody. You know, the peaceful of the sea, the use of the wind, and the freedom and everything. On the other hand, for PTSD people, especially in this project, what we do here is, because of PTSD is a behavior disability, because we don't see it, like we don't see the wind, but we see the signs of it, which is the behaviors. So as long as we learn to know the behavior, we learn to deal with it, and that's what we do here. Well, it's very good because the sea is very much like post-trauma. Sometimes it's very calm and very easy. 2 days ago there were waves 2 meters here, so. It's like.
How does it make you feel on the ocean? I assume it's calming?
It's calming, and it lets me engage with my abilities. I can do it. I can go out, I can go to Greece, I can go here, I'm sailing a boat, I'm crossing the sea. It's a lot of abilities.
And how many PTSD... how many people who suffer from PTSD actually are part of this group that sails?
Well, in Big we are about 60 people, and also we deal with the families and the wives. But like the hardcore is about 45, 48 people that come every time to participate in sailing.
Yoav, do you feel that the Israeli government has done enough for veterans who are suffering from PTSD?
Well, I think they're putting a lot of effort and a lot of money. I just think they put it on the wrong side, because they choose the side of the psychiatrist, which gives them pills, and when you get those pills, the psychiatrist pills, you can do nothing, basically. And what we do is going more to the behavior side, the social side, like Professor Zava Solomon suggested.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yoav, for joining us. He actually founded this sailing group. I just wanted to clarify that for our viewers. Now I want to bring in Peter Benjamin Deutsch, who's actually one of the participants. He joined the group about a year ago. Peter, which war were you part of?
I was in the 1982 Shlomo Galil War, Peace for Galilee in 1982.
So that was the first Lebanon War.
That's the first Lebanon war.
And like Yoav, you also didn't really realize that you were suffering from PTSD for many years.
No, it took me over 30 years to realize that I have something which has a name, which is that PTSD. It really came out with me when my son went to the army 4 years ago. And he also had, a father with his son going to the army, it erupted within me.
Triggered. Can you tell me what it's like for you when you're on the ocean? How do you feel?
The ocean and the boat is something else. It's something that gives me hope and gives me happiness. It's especially important to be together with these guys who have similar experiences like me, and they understand that PTSD is, we talk about it, and we have a common pain, a common invisible illness.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks so much for joining us, and Yoav. Back to you, Yael.
Thank you, Jordana, as we move along.